Welcome back, first grade. If you are either in Miss Finney's class or you are in Miss Kelly's class, then you are in the right spot because it's time for reading and writing. All right, friends, let's get right into the materials that you all will need for today. As always, friends, you'll need a piece of paper, a pencil, and that brain of yours. If you don't have those materials with you, go ahead and hit that pause button and then hit play when you're all ready to go. Great job. Now that you have your materials, let me tell you what we're going to be doing today. Today, you guys are going to be reading and answering questions about a brand new story called On Mars. Remember, whenever we answer questions about our text, we use that text evidence to help us understand what our story is asking us and what the question's asking us. Let's get right into our story for today. Okay, friends, here's our brand new story. It's called On Mars. This is a science text, which means that this text is going to give us a lot of information about facts about science and information about science, which is really, really cool. What's really special about this too is you probably already have some background knowledge on this because you've learned it with Miss Fast. I know it for a fact. Now, friends, we're going to get into our story. But before we get into our story, I want to take a look at my title. My title is called On Mars. Well, I'm trying to think about On Mars and what my title is telling me. What information does my title give me? Well, I know that my story is probably going to be about things being on Mars. So I know that it's giving me information about what it might be like to be on Mars. What's really special about our title is I know what it's going to be about because our title is telling me what it's going to be about. Today we are going to read to figure out what kinds of things we have on Mars. You know, Mars is a planet, and Mars is a planet that no one lives on. So that's something extra important to know as we read our story today. As we read our story today, friends, I want you to be thinking about what is on Mars. So turn those listening ears on because you're going to listen closely to what is on Mars. All right, friends, are you ready to hear our story? Okay, listening ears on. On Mars. Mars is millions of miles away from us. A kind of robot called a rover is on Mars now. It is sending pictures and information back to scientists on Earth. The rover is a machine, but in some ways, it seems alive. It can move. It has eyes that are cameras and an arm that can pick up rocks. The rover's body holds many important parts, and its brain is a computer. Wow, that was a really interesting story. I think I know what's on Mars now. Now, friends, I wonder if you all can read with me today. Again, we're still thinking about what kinds of things that you might see on Mars, what kinds of things that might be on Mars. All right, let's read it together. Are you guys ready? I want to hear your best speaking voices, loud and proud. Are you ready? Okay, let's read together. On Mars. Mars is millions of miles away from us. A kind of robot called a rover is on Mars now. It is sending pictures and information back to scientists on Earth. The rover is a machine, but in some ways it seems alive. It can move. It has eyes that are cameras and an arm that can pick up rocks. The rover's body holds many important parts, and its brain is a computer. Wow, I could hear you guys loud and proud. You did such a great job. Okay, friends, we got a chance to listen to our story about Mars. You guys listened extra closely to what kinds of things that you guys saw on Mars. I wonder, can you guys tell me what are some of the things that you guys saw on Mars? A rover? You saw a rover? What's a rover? My dog's name? Oh, It's a robot that's on Mars. Yeah, you could see a rover on Mars. Is there anything else that you saw on Mars? Yeah, you saw the rover picking up rocks. Way to go! Okay, friends, keep this story fresh in your brain because we're going to use it when we do our writing for today. Listen extra close. Okay, friends, we read the story on Mars. Now, for your writing today, I'm super excited and I'm really even more excited to read your writing about this. Today, friends, for your writing, you all are going to pretend that you are an astronaut going to Mars. I know, it would be extra cool. I want you to think about what kinds of things would you see if you went to Mars? What kinds of things do you think you might do if you're on Mars? You can get extra creative with this writing today. I put some sentence stems up top. Let's take a look at those and read them so that you can know what you can use to help you with your writing today. I went to Mars and so maybe in that sentence, you can write what you did. Whew. I saw, well, what did you see when you went to Mars? I saw Miss Candaris on Mars because we're both astronauts who went to Mars. Well, what did you all see when you went to Mars? You can create your own ideas as long as it makes sense. Again, you can get really creative. You don't just have to stick to these two sentences. You can build on and make it a really cool story about what you guys see as an astronaut going to Mars. All right, friends, if you need to rewind and go back to that story, you are more than welcome to. I'm going to leave this page up in case you need some of those words to help you when you're doing your writing today. You all did a great job with your reading. If you want a challenge and you want to record yourself reading on Mars and post it to Seesaw or Mind or email it to your teacher, we would love that. When you're all finished with all of your work for the day, make sure you take a picture of all of your work. Make sure you send it to your homeroom teacher, so either myself, Miss Finney, or you send it to Miss Kelly. You can send it through email, Remind, or Seesaw. All right, friends, you did such an amazing job. Have a great day. Bye.